Hey, what's up, y'all? This is man Avery Foster. So look, check this out. I bet I know why you are where you are. Have you ever done something and you know deep down inside, within your gut, that you shouldn't have done it? You responded in a certain way and you know that the response that you gave could have been a little bit better. You could have been a bigger person in an argument or a disagreement. You see, one of the biggest problems we have as human beings is that we like getting in our own way. See, we don't know how to let God play his part. We don't know how to let God play his role in our lives. You see, when we need to learn that when God says, move out of my way, we need to move. And that's one of the reasons why we go through some of the things that we go through, because there's two sides of a human being. There's godliness, and then the other side. And when we don't allow God to play his role, the godliness role, and we choose to live the human side of life and try to control things ourselves, we stay where we are. We stay stuck. And we keep having these little petty arguments and disagreements and stuff like that instead of letting God play God. See, one of the things that I've realized is that we live in a world where we want to play by our own rules and regulations. We want to serve God and be there for God part-time, but we expect God to be there for us full-time. You see, that's not how it works. We got to learn to listen to that voice that tells us, the way you act and the way you being, the way you respond, your attitude, it's not good. It's not good. That's the voice of God. And he's telling us these certain things, but because we live in the flesh, we let our feelings, we let our pride, and we let our ego take charge on how we respond to certain situations. And we can't allow that to happen, because that's how a lot of things happen in the world. Receive a reward for being obedient. When we learn to ignore that negative voice that tells us to pick the gun up or go punch him, go smoke this or go smoke that. I'm preaching to myself too. I'm not just preaching to everybody, I'm preaching to myself too, because I make mistakes myself. But see, when we learn to let go of that flesh and let godliness take over, we'll be good. But as long as we keep listening to that inner voice that tells us about our past mistakes, our vulnerabilities and fears and guilts, we will always fail to put God first. I'm out, man.